I wasn't planning on doing this originally. I wanted to try and keep my cool, keep my channel semi-non-political, at least for a while, for the time being. But news has just recently surfaced, and I suppose that this will be the torch that lights the shadows of my own identity on YouTube. I don't want it to be known. I don't want it to be what I'm known for, but this video has to be done. It is May 2nd, 2011. This is the day of the federal Canadian election. And my ex-leader has just released statements regarding very recent news. And this news is that after 10 years of death, apparently Osama bin Laden, I repeat, Osama bin Laden, is just now dead. Just now. The CIA operative that America trained, who is leading a band of terrorists who apparently assaulted the same people they were trained to be utilized by, on September 11th of 2001. The same man, this one man, is apparently dead. And the last 9 years that we have been killing innocent people apparently now is justified. Apparently now we have some consolation. It's fucking disgusting. I turn on my news and what do I hear? Oh, it's alright, Canada. We got the terrorizer. It's all alright now. All the innocent people that we've killed, all the people that we've turned over for torture, our own men and women that we've lost. It's all okay now because one man is dead. They're running to the fucking hills. Is this a joke? Biggest publicity stunt of this country this year so far is our ex-crooked American asshole-licking leader, Stephen Harper, going up on a podium behind a Canadian flag and essentially putting two ideologies next to one another. This is what we've accomplished, and this is something I can take credit for. As long as I stand in front of a fucking flag and patronize you voters on the day that you make a decision. The West is so asleep and so fucking blind. It's disgusting and I'm sick of it. Over the last 9 years, we've seen some pretty shoddy attempts. Some pretty shabby, questionable attempts at recordings and tapings of this Osama bin Laden, this Saudi Arabian prince, this CIA operative. Let me give you a little fucking history lesson. For anyone in 2011 who still fucking thinks this world is such a goddamn divided diplomatic playground, for all of you who really think everyone's got their own sovereignty, everyone's got their own problems, and we've got to encroach on them to solve our own. Let's take a look at Nicaragua in the 1970s and 80s. If there are any of you who really think that the death of a CIA operative is any consolation for the 1 million plus innocent people that we have killed, tortured, the homes that we've left in rubble, These are people. Human fucking beings. And one terrorist ringleader is dead now. And it's all okay, right? North America, right? It's all fucking okay now. In Nicaragua in the 1970s and 80s, and in so many places else in Central and South America, we see the people rise against the tyrannical ruling of their leader. A leader put in place, paid for, and practically fucking sponsored by American intelligence agencies. The bastard's name was Somoza. That man ran his country like a fucking capitalistic circus, where the gods sit in the clouds and the poor lie in the mud. The people rise up with their hands, their fists, their knives, their rocks. So America gives Somoza guns. They tell them, it's alright. Go back to your homes. Everything's gonna be okay. Just do what you're told. And the people didn't. They ran, they rioted, they screamed for their freedom. And what happens? The Sandinistas party, the country's revolutionary party, standing up for its own people, protecting its own throat from the suffocation that it had been enduring for so long. America sends guns, America sends bullets, America sends explosives to the same tyrannical bastard that is meant to put them back in their place. The Catholic Church and the Vatican gives them the stamp. This party that was meant to oppress the people was called the Contras. The Vatican gives the Contras their approval. If you're not on the Contras side, if you're not for pro-slavery, then you're simply a scumbag. According to the church and according to the ruling power. And the people said no. The people said we will stand up. And this was their second civil war. Their revolutionary leader Sandino, Cesar Augusto Sandino, was assassinated, killed by the same bastard Somoza. And the people screamed and cried and they fought. And who was the only country they could turn to defend themselves? Who was the only country that would sell them weapons? Cuba. And what was Cuba? Apparently Cuba was a poisonous communist country. Right, North America? Because socialism is evil. Because we're all fucked in the head and we don't understand political science, political tact, the media, and how it's used. We have no idea why we hate poisonous communism, do we? We have no fucking clue what terrorism even is, do we? Of course we don't. We go to work, we sit behind a desk, we do what we're told, and then we go home, and our news outlets will remind us what fucking sheep we are on a day-to-day basis. Swallow a pill, swallow a pill, swallow a pill. Constantly. These networks don't have the right to be called news. If they qualify for news, then so does this. America labels Nicaragua a scum country because they take arms from Cuba. Because they're not going to go down. They're not going to simply lie down and allow their country to be taken by tyrants. If it was you, if it was your head on the chopping block, would you not stand up for yourself? And so they did. And so America personally interjected. America personally killed. Personally tortured. Where do you think these terrorist tactics come from? Do you think they're new? Do you think they're foreign? Nicaragua won that war. The Sandinistas won that war. They beat the Contras. They did it with every ounce of lead, every communist bullet, and they fought and they beat out Big Brother America. And you know what they have to show for it? 10 years of happiness. And then another puppet leader, Daniel Ortega. Another fucking capitalistic scum. That is their legacy. And where are they living now again? In the mud. Back in the dump. Wake the fuck up, people. You think America petitions for freedom? They are the shackles. Do you think, even if this Osama bin Laden, who is apparently dead today, do you think for one fucking second that his death means anything? Have some respect for yourself, North America. You think your fucking schools are going to tell you about this kind of thing? And don't give me any shit about open debate on current world topics. Because they get the news, and they get the source from the same fucking places that you do. Wake the hell up, people. Do you really think America is pro-liberation, pro-freedom? They preach and force and indoctrinate what they call democracy. They don't even fucking know what democracy is. We have power. We can vote. Yeah. We have power. Your countries, our countries, my country, has enough money to spend multiple billions on tools that will drop bombs on hospitals and families and innocent individuals. The same thing they've been doing all along. But they don't have money to improve your own healthcare, North America, or build you homes, or put your children through post-secondary education. No, of course not. They're too busy setting the world straight. I'm done.